Hey everybody, and welcome to the Katie Weaver Show. This is Katie. I am your host, and I'm thrilled to be here. Fingers crossed that we have a tech-free, error-free day today. Last week we didn't get quite through the show, so today it's going to be perfect. That's what it is. I hope that you guys are having a good week. Things are good in my neck of the woods. The sun's shining. It's a beautiful, beautiful day, and it just feels like a little better week. We'll talk about that, or it feels like a good week. Let's go there. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. A couple of things, though. I wanted to let you know that I'm over in the chat room, and you can find the chat over at 12radio.com. Click on the chat button, and you'll be redirected into our Facebook chat. So easy enough to find. And it is a secret group, so you'll want to ask for entry. Christy will happily let you in the door, and you can be a part of that. You'll find my banner at the top of the page, and that's where people are chatting. So you can pop right in there and say hello or ask a question. And I'll definitely do some readings today on the air. I am also live streaming this event from the chat room. So if you'd rather watch the live stream, you can do that right in that chat room as well. And for all of you that listen via replay or later on in the day, you can also find it through you can find the video over on Domestic Mystic at YouTube. So lots of ways to connect and to watch or listen or whatever you need. So that's what's up. Okay, now I want to, before we get into our regular stuff, I want to tell you what my topic is today, because I would really love some great interaction from the chat room. We're talking today about being brave. I have witnessed some extraordinary bravery recently that has just really made me think more about being brave. What does it take? Why? Why are we not? What we might need from time to time to help give us the boost we need to be brave. And so I am going to ask you guys if there's something that you need or want to do that is requiring more bravery than you currently have to offer. Will you put it in the chat room so that we can help empower you with that? I thought maybe if we put some of our stuff together, it would give everybody an opportunity to empower each other to be brave. I would also ask you that if you have done or witnessed an extraordinary act of bravery, extraordinary in your eyes, it doesn't, I don't mean that term to sound limiting. It shouldn't. But an act of bravery that you want to share with us, I would love to share it on the air. Let's just be brave today. Let's share. Let's talk about some incredible things. Let's talk about people doing things that they didn't think they could do. Let's just really get empowered and inspired. Okay? Easy enough, right? Yes, it is. Okay. Well, as always, I like to turn your attention over to my weekly magazine. I have a magazine that is published on Monday or Tuesday, depending on my week. And it is a compilation of work between myself and several of my colleagues over at 12listen.com. And I always like to show it to you guys and point out a few things in it that I would like for you to see. You can get there by the link in the chat room. You can also get there by going to katie-weaver.com, clicking on the Katie's Magazine button, and there you can just click right on the cover of the magazine and open it right up. So that's how that works. The magazine is called Luminous. There's also a spot on my homepage, on my website, to subscribe. If you subscribe to the magazine, then when it comes out, you can go ahead and send it or you can put your email in there, and then when it comes out, I'll send you a newsletter so that you know. So I also publish it over on my fan page on Facebook and here on my website, so you can find it lots of ways, but that's how it looks. Okay, so let's take a quick look here. All right, so there's always a note from me, and I wanted you guys to know that I have changed the 1-2 weather report, the name of it. When I first started writing it, it was a little bit different vibe. It's changed quite a bit, and I decided that it needed to have a new name that fit the vibe of it better and maybe fit me better. So I've changed it. It was the 1-2 weather report. It is now Domestic Mystic's Daily Dish. And in the Daily Dish, It is a daily reading, for a general reading for the day. Now, you can find it every day as a written or as a postcard over on my Instagram page over at Domestic Mystic on Instagram, or on my fan page, Katie Weaver Domestic Mystic on Facebook. So, or I'm going to read the whole thing to you today, but that's how to find it. But I wanted to let you know that that's what's happened. The 1-2 weather report did not disappear. It just changed. It morphed, like we all do sometimes, into something better, which is the Domestic Mystics Daily Dish. So this edition of the magazine, I called it the Tell It To Me True edition, because there's a lot of energy this week in getting to the truth of things, in truth being revealed, in us just discovering our own truth, maybe being more honest with ourselves about things that we haven't been in the past. So we're getting real true. All right, well, let's take a look first off at the reading for the week at the Domestic Mystics Daily Dish. So we're going to skip Monday and Tuesday since they've already gone. We'll start with Wednesday. The winds of change may be blowing, but today feels stagnant. You might give anything to feel that wind on your face. While patience may not be one of your virtues, days like today are making you get much better at it. Find something creative to do to pass the time and get your mind off of your worries. Thursday, who do you see in the mirror this morning? Could it be your shadow? Don't be afraid of the lesser seen sides of you. You may discover much of your strength in the parts of you that you try to keep under wraps. Today you may find it necessary to examine trends of shame and negative self-talk. You're not diving deep at all, clearly. Friday, this is a great day for finances and resources. You may get some good financial news. You may also discover sharing resources pays off for you. Perhaps you have an extra gallon of paint for your friend's bathroom. Perhaps her boyfriend would be happy to fix your lawnmower. Look for ways to help those around you, and don't be afraid to ask for some help yourself. Saturday, you were born to be happy. You were born to thrive. You were born to gather up all of the love in the universe and spread it far and wide. Be kinder than necessary today. Smile at strangers. Forgive quickly and laugh easily. The world needs your light now more than ever. And Sunday, this is an important day to trust your vibes. Your intuition is strong and you are feeling deeply connected to your angels and guides. Don't be afraid to share a message with a loved one. You may discover that some of your dearest people are in need of some encouragement today. And that is the Domestic Mystics Daily Dish for this week. So again, I would love for you guys to come and follow that on Instagram so that you can just see the daily reading. All right, I have a new reading for the month. I always put out a reading special for the month in the magazine. So the reading special this month is a summer solstice reading. That's right, it's almost the summer solstice. Woohoo! I adore the summer solstice energy. I love all the equinoxes and solstices, the energy of them, just the ancientness of it, my soul knows, right? My soul knows. My soul knows these times, these celebrations, these turns of the wheel. And so, so let's take a look. This is, again, the Summer Solstice 7-card spread. So this is a way to tap into all of the magic and wisdom of the summer solstice. I will film this reading and send you a link to the video in order for us to connect deeply. We will discuss many ways to tap into the energy of the solstice, what gifts are serving you, any upcoming challenges, messages from guides and ancestors, and what you can do to best thrive during this time. I'll use psychic tarot cards for this. So I send it over to you guys, and of course you guys get to go ahead and benefit from it. I love it. So I'm going to put a link in the chat room, but you can find that over at no, you can't. You can find it. You can find it in the magazine, but you can also just find it over at 12listen.com under my profile, Katie Weaver, in my email readings. So anyway, that is my reading special for June, because how could we not give a big nod to the summer solstice? Okay. And then, of course, Christy gives us our stone for the week. And our stone this week is Rainbow Moonstone. That is the crystal for the week. Rainbow Moonstone assists us in releasing old associations with people and places. If you are needing to release an old bag around your neck, maybe it's an old friend, maybe it's a job, maybe it's just an old story that you keep telling yourself that just needs to go away. All right. And then the card, she also pulls us an energy oracle deck, or a Kindred Spirits energy oracle card from her deck. And the card this month, or this week, is Luna. Luna, of course, the moon goddess. Her primary message is the moon, feminine energy, cycles, ebb and flow, change, the aura. The challenge is avoiding emotions, digging your heels in, and hyper-rational. The crystal, of course, is Rainbow Moonstone. And the meditation is, Dear Luna, please connect me to the energy of the moon, guiding me to allow change in my life. I love it. So that is lots of stuff going on this month, or this week, in the magazine. Of course, there's also articles from Jamie Dawn, from Kai Greenway, from Brittany Opplinger, and from Kelly McLean, and of course also from Anita Ahuja. So all advisors over at one2listen.com, they all take the time every week to write us something interesting, profound, helpful, useful, fun, inspiring. One of the above, all of the above, depends on the week, right? So please be sure to take a look. All right, so that's all I had to say about that. All right, just going to jump into the chat room here really quickly. Lots of chatters today. Now, don't forget that the topic this week is being brave, and I would really love to see what are you working on? What are you working on? What do you need some help with? Are you being brave? Do you need some help being brave? Do you need to share something with us so we can help you to empower? Let's help you be brave. Also, if you have a story of bravery that you want to share with us, I would love to share it on the air. We are empowering ourselves and each other today. All right, so our singing bowl work this week is going to be with the sacral bowl. I feel like quite a few of you have been feeling a little apathetic. You're not having fun. You're not feeling joy. You're feeling a little blocked up in the sacral. And we're just not going to have it. Right? So I would like to use this bowl to help you to expand your sacral chakra. That also helps to expand your creativity. And with that, I have a challenge for you, a creativity challenge, because again, I'm just finding a lot of my clients, and myself included, feeling a little bit blah, kind of struggling to pull their creativity out from their toenails. And I think that this is a good time to pick up something new. So the challenge is, do something creative this week, something new. It could be a myriad of things, you guys. You could arrange some flowers. You could plant something in a planter to enjoy all summer. You could cook a new recipe. You could go wander the craft store till something grabs your eye and you pick it up. You could write something. And the list goes on and on. You could choreograph a dance for you and your cat. If any of you do that, I better get to see it. But the list goes on and on, right? I really want to challenge you here in the next couple of days. Do something new. Just something. And enjoy it. Enjoy it. Have some fun with it. Don't get all caught up in things being perfect. Don't get all stuck on things being done like the picture in the magazine or anything like that. You just do something creative that feels amazing for you, right? That's all. And let it be fun. Please let it be fun. And if it turns into a mighty Pinterest fail, let that be funny and let that be fun. No over seriousness right now. It would be easy to go there. I think we have to be a little careful right now about getting too heavy, too serious, and forgetting to just enjoy life a little bit. When we're not having fun, then why are we doing this, right? We have to find some ways to have fun. All right, so here we go. So here's the sacral bowl. This is my big old antique bowl. It's one of my faves. So I'm going to play the bowl. And my first step will have two objectives. The first time I play it, it will be to balance and clear that chakra. So we're going to hold the intention of allowing the vibration of the singing bowl to permeate your sacral chakra and release any energy you're holding there that no longer serves you. So let's do that first. So, a few deep breaths here. Breathing. Again, allowing the vibration of the singing bowl to permeate your sacral, just dissolving and releasing any energy there that no longer serves you. Good. Okay, and now changing gears. And this time allowing the vibration of the singing bowl to draw forward your centers of joy and creativity. Okay? That's the intention we're holding. Going back to the sacral now. Good. Okay. That feels good. Okay. Great. So deep breath. Good job. All right. So again, that's the challenge this week. Do something creative, whatever it is. I think when the show's over, I'm going to run out to, I've been wanting to go out to a local nursery that I love, and I think I'm going to arrange some flowers. I have a million planters that belong to my mom that I brought home when she died, and I put right in our greenhouse, and I never put any flowers in them in the summer, and I think I should. So for me, I think today it'll be planting some flowers in some pots and arranging them and putting them around my front entryway to be able to enjoy them. So you decide, but something creative for your benefit. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and do our Ground, Bless, Protect, and Move reading for the week. So this, of course, is the reading that I do weekly with my cards. This is the deck that I publish with my sisters, and you can get more information about it over at katie-weaver.com if you just click on the Katie's Oracle Cards button. So it is a 4-card reading. It is CC good. I'm glad. She had surgery and really needed the sacral work, so I'm glad that we got there. Awesome. All right, so the reading that comes from this deck is there's 5 cards. So we're looking at 4 different areas of spiritual self-care, and then 1 extra boost card to just give you 1 extra tool. So the first card is the ground card. So the ground card this week is the forest. When we're talking about ground, we're talking about the root chakra. Why do we put so much energy into the root chakra? That you have others, right? But if the root is off, everything is off. So the root has to be balanced. We have to find some way to keep in balance there. If you don't, if for some reason your root chakra gets shaken up, everything else suffers. And so it makes sense to me always to put a lot of focus on the root. So the tree is forest. The card is forest. I can't see the forest for the trees, apparently. Really, it's about connecting to the energy of trees, right? If you can get to the forest, then by all means, take a little walk through the forest, feel the connectiveness of the trees, allow your energy to ground to that. If you cannot get to a forest per se, just get outside, get yourself to a tree, sit with your back against it or put your arms around it, and allow your energy to mingle with the energy of the tree. That is a very grounding exercise. It's a great way to come back down to earth. The earth is still pretty unstable. I mean, there was a bad volcanic eruption in Guatemala. Hawaii is still doing her thing, and there's others that are happening and more earth shaking. And at this time, we have to really make a conscious effort to stay grounded because it's just not happening naturally for us at this point. So you may have to work on that a little bit. So the forest card, that is the ground card. All right, the bless card is the crown. Interesting, since the crown and the root are deeply connected. So if the root chakra is out of whack, the crown a lot of times is way out of whack. But this isn't really about balancing. It's about blessing your crown. So your crown chakra is your connection to your higher self. It is your connection to whatever is greater than you, whatever that is for you. If that's God, Goddess, the universe, creator, none of the above, all of the above, that's up to you to decide. But the crown chakra is all about that connection. And so to bless the crown, you want to just put your hands right on top of your head or just into the crown right here and give yourself a blessing. What do you want for your crown? Would you like it to stay more balanced? Would you like to feel more energy from sources beyond you? Would you like to feel more connected to your higher self, to your soul? Would you like to perhaps just feel more energy, more love flowing from the universe, more life force energy flowing through you? What is it? You decide, and then put your hands right in your sacral or your crown or right on top of your head and give yourself a blessing. Now, I like to always use an essential oil to seal my blessing. I think anointing with an oil is really powerful. And so for the crown chakra, chamomile is a great oil. Jasmine is a great oil. If you have something else that you love, that's great too. Lavender, some people like lavender for the crown. So you decide. And then if you want to carry a stone this week that helps support the crown, apophyllite, clear quartz are both really good stones for the crown. Your choice. So that's the bless card, crown chakra. All right, the protect card is talisman. So why do you protect your spirit? Well, some people don't and don't really need to, and it's fine. But other people feel very overwhelmed by the energy around them and feel like they need an extra blessing around their spirit. They need a little extra protection. And so this is, and especially empaths that work in offices that are toxic, empaths that live in housing situations or apartment buildings that are toxic. Lots of reasons, right? But talismans are really effective for this. So what is a talisman? Well, it's whatever you choose. A lot of people use a necklace of some sort. It's really common to use like a jade necklace. You could use a coin. You could use a game piece. You could use a little figurine. Anything that has meaning for you and feels powerful for you would be fine to be a talisman. The point of a talisman is that you bless it with what you want it to do and you keep it with you. So you may just go sort around in your jewelry box or in your stuff and find something great Maybe you'll head on down to your little jewelry store or metaphysical store and pick up something new. That's up for you to decide. But take your talisman, hold it in your heart, and speak out loud, or even hold it. I like the method of whispering into it or speaking into it, holding it clear to your mouth and speaking into it, what you want it to do. Perhaps you want it to help to ward off negative energy around you. Perhaps you want it to help you to feel more positive in negative situations. Perhaps you want it to just deflect energy that's coming to you that isn't loving. You got to decide for you what's right. But this week, the protect card, or the protect point, is talisman. I like it. I've used talismans lots of times with my kids. I've used talismans in other ways too, not so much for protection, but for empowerment. Like, say they're taking a test that they're freaked out about, or they have a game that's really intense and important, or, you know, this friend thing going on. Sometimes we have just blessed a talisman of some sort, usually a crystal or a little crystal figurine or something, with what we need it to do or what we want. Many times we've kind of just passed it around and let the whole family put their blessing into it, and then somebody takes it in their pocket or wears it. So there's lots of ways to use talismans. It doesn't necessarily have to be about negative energy per se, right? Sometimes it's about helping somebody to be brave. There's a coincidence. All right, the move card is swim. So why is there a move card in a spiritual care deck? Well, moving your body is really important for spiritual self-care, because okay, sorry, I get swept up in the chat. Cece said the necklaces should be jade with the talisman, would make a great Father's Day gift. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. And you still have time to get something ordered, definitely. You can get a lot of the jade ones that have dragons, that have phoenixes, that have Buddhas, that have symbols that might be meaningful. So it's a good idea. All right. Why is there a move card? I have to go back. I'm going to try and not get sidetracked. In the spiritual care deck, there's a move card because moving your body helps to release stuck energy, and it also helps to release the happy hormones in your brain that give you a great boost. So move is really important. But whenever this card comes up, the swim one, I always feel like it's more than just swim, right? Maybe you can swim this week, maybe you can't. But one way or another, connecting to the energy of water is really valuable for you. So make sure that, and it always makes me laugh because this is what I do. I swim for exercise, and I use barbells just like this. But mine are pink because I'm fancy. But at any rate, swim. Get yourself in the water. Let yourself move freely. That's a very freeing exercise. It's a healthy one for most people because it doesn't hurt you. And it's a really nice way to help your energy to flow. So in some way this week, get yourself in the water. All right, and then the boost card is get social. Are you a hermit right now? Are you staying home too much? Are you just sequestering yourself to the house? Is it time for you to get a little social? The card said, this is a good time to reach out for some support. Coffee with friends or a good chat on the phone would be good for you. So think about what you can do to get yourself out of the house, to get yourself into a place of getting social, of getting enlivened, so that you can feel amazing. So that's the reading for the week. That's the Ground Blessed Protected Move reading for the week. Excuse me. Ugh. Okay. Here we go. I don't know where that's coming from. I guess we need a drink. All right. So speaking of being brave, Crystal says, I need empowerment. I have a science GED test coming up on the 12th. Been stressing about it. All right, Crystal. So here's the thing. I feel like you have test anxiety. I feel like you do know the material. I feel like you get some test anxiety. I feel like when you sit down, all the words start to swim in front of you, or the letters. And that you need a grounding exercise to help you to get centered and ready. So 2 things I'm going to recommend for you. One is rosemary essential oil. Rosemary is a profound brain oil. Rosemary helps people to remember things. And so I'm going to recommend that you pick up some rosemary oil this week and that you use it when you're studying. Either diffuse it, or you can wear it, or you can just sniff it from the bottle. But rosemary is going to really help you to remember, to get all that information sorted and organized in your brain. I also want to recommend that you get a dark stone that goes with you. And you could use it like a talisman. Bless it. Have your husband bless it. Hold it with you. Put it in your pocket when you go. The point of it isn't so much as a talisman, but as a grounding stone. Because I feel like what happens is you sit down for a test and you almost have PTSD. All of these memories of past test issues and problems and things like just shoot through you, and suddenly you're ungrounded, you can't think, you're not centered, and then the result isn't always what you want. So that's what I'm going to recommend for you, Crystal, is that you go ahead and get that dark stone in your pocket to help you stay grounded. Also, when you're sitting there, when you sit down to take that test, and also wear your rosemary oil, right? You can put it on your wrist so that you can smell it if you need it. Put a little right here so that it's warm and it's wafting up to you. That's some good aromatherapy for you. Who cares if you smell like a pasta salad, right? This is important stuff. And it also helps to create that the memory piece, and smelling the rosemary to help you remember what you've already learned is really important. So those are the 2 keys for you. The other one, though, is that your breath. So when you sit down, before you take that test, you're going to take some really big breaths. You're going to take some really big breaths. You're going to blow a lot of air out. I want you to get very, very centered on your breath. Breathing in, breathing out, in through your nose, out through your mouth, over and over, helping you to stay grounded and centered. And you know what? You're going to be okay. You are. And we are all joining you right now, sending you a big boost of bravery, a big boost of love to get you through it. And it's going to be okay. Okay. There was a question in the chat that I wanted to get to. Okay, this is Deb. Oh, hold on. Oh, Facebook. Nope, I can't get... Deb, I can't get your whole comment. It's not going to let me open it for some reason. That's okay. I'm going to read the first part of it and then for the rest. She said, I'm needing more courage, bravery, and stamina. Today, my lawyer presented our very first proposal for splitting the assets for the divorce. I'm feeling very nervous about the reaction since he is still living. I'm assuming she's saying still living in the house. Okay, Deb. And I know that going through this divorce process has required an insane amount of bravery from you, because you were in a very emotionally abusive marriage that there was a lot of gaslighting involved. And so you have apologized for your very existence for a long time. And now you've found yourself in this place where you have to stand up and fight for yourself. Deb, I know it's been really tough. I also know that you're doing it. I am really, really proud of you that you've gotten to this point. I want you to know that I feel like your attorney's doing a good job for you, and that things are going to shake out right now. Now, is he always going to put on this face of charisma and act like he's a totally different guy than who he is? Yeah, he is. That is just a part of his jam, right? But that's okay, because people do start to see through that. They do start to see through to the other side of it. So I want you to trust yourself. I want you to recognize that, yes, things are going to get a little sticky. Things are going to get a little hairy. But that's okay. That's just a part of this process, and you're doing a good job with it. So I'm going to ask everybody to just join me for a minute in sending Deb a big dose of bravery and of love and of power. Deb, I'm being asked to ask you to do something that really asserts power from you. Something physical. Whether you I don't know that you're really going to go to the batting cage, but something physical. Maybe you need to break a dish, or I don't know, go to the river and throw some rocks or something. But do something physical that releases some power from you, that helps you to build some power, that helps you to remember that you have some power. I don't know if you heard the Domestic Mystic Daily Dish for Thursday, but the reading for that day was tapping into your shadow self. Just go be yourself. I think that you have had times in your life that you were led to believe that you were not okay, that you weren't good enough, that you weren't this or you weren't that. But here's the truth. That's total BS. You are such a bright star, and you're exactly who you're supposed to be. So go have fun. And if it gets weird and it gets awkward, laugh, right? And if it gets really weird, go home. But I don't think it will. I think you're going to have some fun. So it's good. It is okay. Okay, so Denise said, I need some help being brave with my business. Struggling to put myself out there. Would love some guidance if time permits. Yeah, that's where it's at, isn't it, Denise? It's you. I feel like you have the framework. You have the framework. And I feel like what you're doing is very marketable and possible. It is in the marketing of yourself. Here's what I feel like you need to do. I feel like you need to tap into some wisdom and some help from other people that you know to help you to write a really good bio. Because I'll tell you something, it's really hard to write your own bio. I never write my own bio. It's tough to write your own. It's tough to sing your own praises that much. It's just kind of a weird thing. And other people see things in you that you may not see in yourself. I'm going to challenge you to find somebody to help you write a bio about yourself and about your business that amps up your praises. I'm going to challenge you to find one way this week to run an ad. Some kind of an ad, some kind of a way to put yourself out there. I feel like this is going to come in increments. I feel like you're not really doing much because it feels like too much. And you know, what's the old saying? You can't eat an elephant in a day. You cannot eat an elephant in a day. You have to do this in bits and pieces. So starting with some basics, getting some better foundation, foundational materials like the bios, and product descriptions, work descriptions, getting it really solid, not doing it yourself, but making sure that you've got other people looking at it so that they can help add to it and tweak it so that it's really customer friendly. And then you sitting with yourself and really examining, what is it about standing out here that's freaking me out? I think that some people would tell you you're afraid of success. I think some people maybe have, because I'm being told to challenge that. If someone's told you that, I'm here to tell you I think that that's crap. I don't think you're afraid of success. I don't. I think that you are totally ready for success. I believe that there is a tiny part of you that is a little afraid to stand out too much because of early childhood experiences. I feel like in some ways you learned how to fade into the woodwork for safety. And just, for whatever reason as a kid that you kind of hung back and faded back a little bit. And now that it's time for you to shine and step forward, it's freaking you out a little bit. Two things you need to hear. One, the people around you really do want to hear what you're doing. They really do. You're not bothering anybody. You're not putting anybody out. The people around you really do. They're interested to know what you're doing, and it's okay. So stop limiting yourself or the way you talk about your business or the way you market your business because you're afraid that you're bothering people or that it's too much. It's not too much. You're okay. And then secondly, let's really start examining those core beliefs around not being comfortable standing out, not being comfortable being seen. And that might be a reading for another day. That might really be some work that we need to do over at 1-2-Listen to really dive deep into it together. But I think it's time to take a look at those core beliefs that are holding you back a little bit and tear them open and let them go so that you can shine. So, Denise, I know that's a lot of homework for a week for right now, but I think those are the things that will really get you moving. And and believe in you. This is doable. This is marketable. It's good. All right. Kathy says she's not feeling very well. Any insight? Kathy, a couple of things. Your energy body is so wound up and heavy with other people's energy. You have people around you in crisis. There is so much grief energy on you that it's just stifling. And I feel like that's a part of why you're not feeling well. It's not the only reason. There's some physical stuff here too, but energetically, man, that is a huge load to bear. So my recommendation is I would like to do a Merkaba clearing on you and just release all of that to give you a chance to take a deep breath. And, you know, you're carrying stuff for people that you don't have to carry. They're all, you know, it's not taking their load away. Now just 2 people are carrying it. So it doesn't make sense for you to still carry it. I know that because you and, you know, because of the work you do and what you do for other people, sometimes it's easy to get this kind of bogged down. So with your permission, I'd like to do a Merkaba clearing and release all of that. On the physical side of it, I know that you've been to the doctor about 1 billion times and you're probably sick and tired of doing it. I feel like hydration is key right here. I feel like it's the minute things, like the balance of minerals in your body, the balance of electrolytes in your body. It feels to me like it is the balance, and maybe the balance of hormones in your body, but I feel like you are out of balance, and that's where a lot of your discomfort and just, it feels like just such heavy fatigue is coming from. So that's really what I'm seeing. Okay. All right, going back into the chat. Okay, Mary Chris said she'd love a message if possible, just feeling low energy and completely off. Let's take a look. Oh, you sure are. Your root chakra is out of whack, honey. It's like shifted away from you. Like that happens sometimes. So let's fix that. So literally, if you guys could see it, you'd see her root like a mud puddle a few feet in front of her and to the right. Not where it's supposed to be at all. Not looking like it's supposed to be at all. So I'm going to pull that in. I'm going to pull it back into place. I'm going to balance it. I'm going to send it into the earth. We'll get better flow through you. Yeah, that's what I wonder. They're saying, Mary Chris, that the disrupted earth right now is just really affecting your energy body. Kind of leading you into a place of feeling kind of depressed and apathetic. All right, so then up to your crown, because your crown is ridiculously big, way too big. So I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to pull it into balance. Then I'm going to pull a thread from your crown. I'm going to send it deep into the universe. I'm going to connect it to life force energy. Yeah, and let that flow through you. Doesn't that feel amazing? That's what you needed. Good. And then they're saying 2 things. A, they would like for you to be getting more sunlight. And B, they're saying that they would like for you to be getting a lot more sleep. So, good sleep. Not, I think maybe the restless sleep, the nervous sleep you are getting, but better sleep. Okay. All right. Kathy says, yes, please do. Colonoscopy on Friday. Okay. Here we go. All right, Kathy. All right. So, Kathy, we're going to start at your feet, commanding a Merkaba clearing, commanding billions of many points of light to flood your system now, completely healing, clearing, and releasing all energy that you're carrying that does not belong to you. Additionally, asking any energy that you're carrying that's not serving you at this time, particularly around grief, around low vibrating thoughts, and any additional attachments and cords that no longer serve you, to be healed and cleared and rendered neutral and inert in all directions of time now, through every cell of your physical body, every layer of your emotional body, and every fiber of your spirit body now. So I'm just watching this energy flow all the way through you. Again, it starts at your feet. This is my favorite clearing to do because we get to be very specific, but it's also just really powerful. That Merkaba energy is crazy for being able to get completely into and through all of the energies that need to go and moving them away. All right, we're moving up through your belly now. All right, so right there through your solar plexus area, there is a lot of anger held there. There's a lot of guilt. My God, so much guilt held there, Kathy. You are such an amazing empath, and I think that's what happens here, is that you tend to hold yourself accountable for everything in the world, for other people's feelings, for other people's issues, for things that just in no way could possibly be your fault, but you still pack some guilt in there. So releasing a lot of stuff held in there that isn't yours. You're going to feel so much better. All right, moving on up through your heart. So one more time, commanding a Merkaba clearing, commanding billions of many points of light to flood your system now, completely healing, clearing, and releasing any and all energy you're carrying that belongs to other people, any cords, attachments, or energetic or auric debris that no longer serves you, and all grief energy that you've been carrying to be healed and cleared and rendered neutral and inert in all directions of time now, through every cell of your physical body, every layer of your emotional body, and every fiber of your spirit body now. Good work through your heart, but also up through your back and shoulder blades at the same time. That feels really good. And a good clearing here through your throat. Good. Alrighty, we're just going to let that continue to flow all the way to the top of your head. Kathy, good. Really good. Okay, one more time. We'll go back, commanding a Merkaba blessing, commanding billions of many points of light to flood your system now, completely shifting your frequency to one of inner peace, well-being, and optimal health through every cell of your physical body, every layer of your emotional body, and every fiber of your spirit body now. And we'll just watch that blessing shift your frequency all the way to the top of your head. The blessing is so much faster than the clearing. There you go, beloved one. That's much better. Okay, back into the chat. All right, Catherine said, I usually question if I'm being brave or foolish. Well, sometimes that's questionable, right? It's arguable. To some people it might be foolish, to others it might be brave. It only matters if it's the right thing for you. I have put through a rental application for a place that is above current budget, but something is telling me to go for it. It does have an interesting yellow wall that I will need repainting, which I think you foresaw last week. We did see all that yellow last week. Yeah, that is an interesting wall. So I have to say that Kylie suggested that she paint it teal, and Catherine said that is exactly the color she had in mind. And I think teal would be perfect for it. That feels to me like a color that flows nicely for you. I think, Catherine, that you're really drawn to this place because of the light and the energy in it. And what do they always say? It all comes out in the wash. You know, maybe if you go ahead and take this place, you might have to take a little, you might have to make a little shift in financial priorities, but you'd be okay. So it's exciting. I can't wait to see what happens. All right. Denise said, yes, I need some help being brave, struggling to put myself out there. Yeah, gotcha. All right. Oh, yes, and we got Denise. Very good. It's going to be okay. Raven says, my cats are reluctant partners, but I make them dance with me anyway. Well, sometimes they just need that encouragement, Raven. Maybe they're just being shy. Or maybe your mad dance skills just overwhelm theirs. It's okay. Take them along for the ride. That just kills me. Yeah, Jan said, the way you're sitting with the wings on the curtain behind you make it look like you're wearing a Minnie Mouse bow on your head. I know, I keep seeing that and like shifting a little bit because it's driving me crazy. I guess it's okay. It's not bad to have butterfly wings on top of your head, right? You're welcome, Kathy. Anytime. Let me know if you need some help, okay? Okay. Raven, question about drums. What diameter drum gives the best resonance for meditation trance work? It's a big question because drums are so expensive. And you'll see online these kits that you can buy to make drums that are like 8-inch or 10-inch. And people buy them because they're a little bit cheaper. It seems like a better deal. And they just don't have much. I personally, Raven, my favorite drum is a 16. I think the 16s are amazing. They're big, man. They're big. But the resonation of those, the way those move through your body for healing work is incredible. I would not go smaller than a 12. I would say a 12 to a 16, somewhere in there. But I would not go down into those little 8 or 10s. They're just too small. You just won't find very much vibration in them. Okay. Alrighty, guys. Oh, Denise said, you couldn't have explained how I'm feeling more perfectly. You're so right about me being told I'm afraid of success. That's not my fear at all. I'm so ready for it. The fears are all core beliefs you mentioned. Denise, let's get to the bottom of them then. Yeah. Yeah, afraid of success. No. No. Okay. Alrighty, guys. Well, we've done what we do, right? We've talked down to the end of the show. I am really, very quickly, Oriana wanted to know, will me and my cousin Carla repair our relationship? You will, Oriana, but it's not going to be for a couple of years. Back way off. Just back way off. Let it be. Her issues right now seem to be hers. It seems to me like she's got some of her own stuff going on, that she's really prickly. And the more you try to fix it, the worse you make it. So back way off, let it go. I actually feel like things will be okay over time, but for now, let it be. Alrighty, we've done it. We've talked down to the very end of the show. I love and appreciate you all so much. I want to let you know I'll be over at 1-2-Listen for the rest of the day and evening. We are on sale today, so it's a great time to connect. And of course, you'll find me here tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific with the Psychic Sisters. So I'm going to ask you to stay tuned. There's lots of great programming to come here on 1-2 Radio, where we're changing the way you listen to the world.